Hey, little cuties. We are going to do our skills reading lesson. Mrs. Murray is going to go through everything for you today so that you can do it with me. We have 2 workbook pages we're going to be doing in a little bit. So just like yesterday, if you want to keep the video on and do the workbook pages with me, you can. If you want to skip that part and just get the learning that Mrs. Murray is going to be teaching, that is totally fine too. Okay, so we're going to start with our objectives today, which is what we're going to be working on. So our first one is I can recognize and identify capital letters. So we're going to learn about 1, 2, 3, 5 new capital letters. Okay, everybody say I can blend sounds into words, which blending sounds into words is reading, and we're going to read the next story in Zach and Anne, okay? Everybody say, I can. Let's see, what are we doing next? I can form my letters correctly because we're going to be practicing writing our capital letters that we're going to be learning. Everybody say, I can read tricky words, and we're going to warm up with our tricky words, okay? And then we're also going to be answering questions about what we read in our new Zach and Anne story. So everybody say, I can answer questions about what I have read. All right, cutie patootie. So we are going to start with our warm up with our tricky words. So we're going to start with this one. Everybody say no, like no, no, no. Everybody say I, like I am awesome. Everybody say where, like where are you going? Everybody say to, like I am going to the store. These cards are very sticky. Everybody say why, like why are you going over there? Everybody say when, like when is it time for lunch? Everybody say word, like I can read that word. Everybody say of. All, these are the ones that we've already been doing for a while. The, told you these cards were sticky. One, from, and our last word is was. All right, so Mrs. Murray is going to share her screen with you so that I can show you the new capital letters that we are going to be working on. So Mrs. Murray has written the lowercase letters on my whiteboard right over here. And our first lowercase letter is the I. So the capital I, which we've already been working on because we've been working on the tricky word I, is a long line down, and then we make a line across at the top and a line across on the bottom. Easy peasy because we've been doing that for a while. Okay. Our next capital letter that we're going to be learning today is J. And with the J, it's a tall letter, so it starts at the very top and we come all the way down and we just make a hook. Okay, so there's our J. For our K, we make a tall letter, right? Tall line from top to bottom. Then we go back to the top, we make a diagonal to the left. And then we go to the middle and we make a diagonal to the right. And there's my capital K. For my capital L, it's a tall one again. Starting at the top, I bring it down to the bottom, and then I make a line across on the bottom. Okay? And for my M, I start at the top, I make a line down, I lift up, I go back to the top, I make a diagonal to the right, I go back up diagonally, and then I make a line down. Okay, so there's my M. So we've got I, J, K, L, and M. So now that we know what they are supposed to look like, now we're going to practice making them in our Unit 9 workbook. So you're going to grab out your Unit 9 workbook, and you are going to turn to page 6.1. Oh, a little too far, Mrs. Murray. There we go. We've got 6.1, or if you look on the bottom, that's going to be page 33, 33. Okay? So, first thing we always do is write our name at the top. Remember, the first letter in your name is always capital. And now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and start practicing writing our capital letters. So we're going to start with our I. Starting at the top black dot, we're going to make a long line down, go back up to the top, line across, line across. Long line down, 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 line across, line across. Now you're doing it on your own, starting at the black dot, line down, back to the top, line across, line across. Long line down, line across, line across. Long line down, line across, line across. So I'm going to stop right there. You're going to finish this line, but Mrs. Murray's going to keep going with the other letters because I know that it's not real fun watching Mrs. Murray write capital letters on a video. So I will finish this on my own, and I will put all of my finished work on Schoology. That way you can look at it if you need it, okay? So let's go on to the J. We start at the top, we come down, we make a hook. But this hook does not go underneath that water, okay? Line down, hook. Line down, hook. Line down, hook. Line down, hook. Now we're on to the K's. Long line down, diagonal to the left, diagonal to the right. Long line down, diagonal to the left, diagonal to the right. Now we're on our own. Long line down, diagonal to the left, diagonal to the right. Long line down, diagonal to the left, diagonal to the right. Long line down, diagonal to the left, diagonal to the right. We're not done yet. We have this whole line to do. So Mrs. Murray's going to do the first one, and then you're going to finish the rest. Long line down, diagonal to the left, diagonal to the right. All right, on to the L's. Long line down and across. 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 All right, same thing on this next line. I'll do the first one. You're going to finish the rest. Long line down and across. All right, let's do the M's. Long line down, back to the top, diagonal down, diagonal up, long line down. Long line down, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down. Okay, on our own, long line down, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down. Long line down, diagonal up, long line down. Got myself confused there for a minute. Long line down, diagonal up, long line down. All right, we're gonna spell some tricky words. Our first word is where. W, H, E, R, E. Now we're on our own. Starting with that first black dot, it's a W. So we're making our W, then the H, then the E, then the R, then the E. Now we're on the no. N, O, N, O, N, O. All right, so all these little parts that Mrs. Murray skipped, you are finishing all of them, okay? I will finish them up after I get done with the video. All right, so now we're gonna go to the back page. And on the back page, we have lowercase letters on the bottom, and then we have a box with all the capital letters. So we have to figure out which one of these capital letters goes with which one of these lowercase letters. So this is the letter B, like Bubba Bear. So to make a capital B, it's right here. So we're going to make a long line down. Then we're going to go around and around, and there's our B. If you'd like, you can cross it off. This is our K. There's the capital K. Long line down, diagonal to the left, diagonal to the right. After I write it, I can cross it off. I've got my H. There's my H. Long line down, connect. There's my D, like D deer. Where's my D? Oh, there it is. Long line down and around. Cross it off. L. Where's my capital L? Oh, there it is. Long line down and across. Cross it off. That's an A. Where's my capital A? There it is. Starting at the top, make it diagonal down to the left, back to the top, diagonal to the right, and connect them in the middle. Cross it off. Here's my M. Long line down, diagonal up, long line down. Cross it off. F. Here's my capital F right there. I make a long line down. I go back to the top. I go across and across. Cross it off. J. There's my J right here. Starting at the very top, bring it all the way down, make a hook. I. There's my capital I right there. Long line down, across, across, and cross it off. E, here's my capital E. Long line down, across, 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 And my last one is the G, which is right here. Starting at the top, circle to the left. Don't go all the way though. Stop here at the line and make a short line coming in. Cross it off. All right, so we are also going to work on 6.2, but we have to read our story in our Zach and Ann reader. We're going to read Zach Gets a Pet. So Mrs. Murray is going to put this to the side for a minute so that we can read our story. And then when we have read our story, then we will answer the questions in our workbook. So today we're going to read the story called Zach Gets a Pet. So I'm going to find my cover. I'm going to turn to my title page. Now I'm turning to the table of contents, and I'm going to find Zach Gets a Pet. I'm going to follow my dots, and I'm going to turn to page 20. So before we start reading Zach Gets a Pet, we need to talk about 3 vocabulary words that you are going to hear. So our first vocabulary word is the word shrug. And when you shrug, that means you lift your shoulders up like this, like you're saying, I don't know, or I don't care, okay? And then our other word is buck, and a buck is like $1. And then the last word is cash, and cash means money, money, okay? So we are going to read this story about Zach buying a pet. You're going to pay special attention to the story so that you can tell me what pet Zach buys. So remember, good readers always track what they're reading, right? So you're going to put your finger underneath the words that we are reading. And while Mrs. Murray is reading, you are going to be reading also with me, okay? All right, here we go. Zach gets a pet. Can I get a cat? Zach asks. Dad tells Zach, no cats. Cats run up trees and can't get back. So he asked for a cat. Dad says, nope. So let's see what else he's thinking of. Can I get a rat? Zach asks. Mom adds, no rats. Rats smell bad. So he asks for a cat. Dad says no, because they run up trees. Then he asks Mom for a rat. She says, no, because they smell bad. So let's see what other pet he might be thinking of. Can I get a bug? Zach asks. Ann tells Zach, no, a bug is not a pet. So now he wants a bug, and Ann says, no way, that's not a pet. Oh, I wonder what Zach is going to do. Can I get a fish? Zach asks. A fish? His mom asks. A fish is not so bad. Can a fish be a fun pet? Dad nods and Ann shrugs. Can I get one then? Zach asks. Mom nods. Yes, yells Zach. Zach runs to the pet shop. Can I get that fish? Zach asks. This one? The pet shop man asks. Zach nods. This one costs $6. Zach hands the man the cash. Then Zach runs to Mom and Dad with his pet, fish. And that's the end of the story. So he asks Dad for a cat. Dad says no. He asks Mom for a rat. Mom says no. He asks Anne for a bug. She says, no. So then Zach comes up with the idea of a fish, and everybody agrees for him to get a fish, and he ends up buying a fish, and that's his pet, right? So those are the 4 pets that he asks about: a cat, a rat, a bug, and a fish. Dad is the one that does not want cats, right? Zach buys a fish at the end. I'm wondering if everyone in the family is going to like the fish. They don't tell us, so we could guess. Maybe some of them will like the fish. Maybe some of them won't. Maybe all of them will like the fish. Maybe all of them won't. We don't know. But we could make some guesses if we wanted to, right? I'm also wondering if Zach is going to enjoy having a fish as a pet. Mrs. Murray has fish, and they're kind of cool to look at, right? They're kind of fun to be able to see them swimming and to see them kind of moving in the water. So I think he probably will like it, but maybe he won't. Maybe he won't like taking care of the fish. Maybe he'll forget to feed it. Okay? We don't know. These are just ideas that Mrs. Murray's kind of thinking about out loud. All right, my friends, so I know this was a long story, and like Mrs. Murray always says, the more reading you do and the more practicing you do, the better you will get. So I would love it if you were to read Zach Gets a Pet after you get done with your 6.1 page and your 6.2 page. That way you're getting more practice in and you're going to get better and better at your reading. Okay, so I'm going to leave this open and I'm going to kind of put this to the side, but I'm going to bring my workbook back out and we are going to go on to page 6.2, which is page 35. I'm going to write my name at the top. Remember, capital letter first. And now we're going to answer some questions about the story. And remember, if you don't remember, you can always look back in the story to get your answers. Number 1 says, why can't Zach get a cat? Let's read all of our choices and see what we remember about what Dad says. Cats smell bad. I don't remember Zach's dad saying that to him. Cats run up trees. I'm pretty sure that's what he said, but let's just double check. A cat is not a pet. I'm pretty sure Zach's dad says cats run up trees. So we are going to fill in the bubble next to that sentence. Number 2, why can't Zach get a bug? So that was with Anne. And let's see if I can remember what she says. So it says bugs run up trees. No, that's what Zach's dad said about cats. So that's not it. Bugs smell bad. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that Zach's mom said that about rats. So I don't think that's it. A bug is not a pet. That is exactly what Anne said to him when he brought up the idea of a bug. So we are going to fill in the bubble next to that sentence. And number 3 is a little bit of writing practice for us. Where did Zach get his fish? So remember how I talked about that I'm going to teach you a first grade skill, and we used part of the question in our sentence. So we're going to do the same thing. So this says, where did Zach get his fish? So we're going to start our sentence with, Zach got his fish, and then we're going to figure out the answer, okay? So we're gonna start on the edge with the word Zach, and we're starting our sentence and it's his name. So the Z in Zach needs to be capital. So to make that Z, if you look, Mrs. Murray went across, then I went diagonal down, kind of like the number 7, and then I made a line across again on the bottom. My next letter in Zach is the A, then the C, and the K. Okay, let me put this down a little bit better so you guys can see. So now I need my finger space, and my next word is going to be got. Got starts with a G. Remember, a G has a little hook that goes underneath. Once I have my G, I can move my finger because I already have my finger space. My next letter is an O, G-A-T, and my last letter is a T. Zach got his fish are our next 2 words. So here's my finger space again. I'm going to start with the H in his. Once I have my H, I can move my finger. Zach got it. And I'm looking here because they already have it for me. His finger space. Oh, I'm probably going to run out of room. So I'm going to just go right to the next line. And I'm going to write the word fish. Zach got his fish. And I'm still in the middle of my sentence, so the F does not have to be a capital. I don't remember where he got his fish, so I'm going to look back in the story to see. Zach runs to the pet shop. He got it at the pet shop. Zach got his fish, finger space, at a T, finger space, the, which is a tricky word, T, H, E. Zach got his fish at the, finger space, pet, starts with a P, pet, et. Uh-oh, I'm out of room. So even though I don't have lines down here, I'm going to still write shop down here. Shop starts with sh, which is the SH, remember? Sh, ah, which is the O, P, and the P. Let's read our sentence because good writers always read what they're writing to make sure it makes sense. Zach got his fish at the pet shop. We have our capital at the beginning. We have our finger spaces between all the words. Now I need my little period at the end to tell the reader that I'm done with this sentence. All right, cutie patooties. I am going to make sure that I take a screenshot of all of the pages that we worked on. I will finish up the very first page so that I can put a screenshot on Schoology for you. Mrs. Murray would like to see 6.1, the front and the back. And then I want to see 6.2 with your bubbles and your sentence at the bottom, okay? And then for extra practice, I think it would be a really great idea if you read Zach Gets a Pet at least 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4 times, okay? So when you are finished with your workbook pages, put those on Schoology for Mrs. Marie to take a look at. And then I will see you guys later.